Alright, you. So, I was just saying, right, how, what's that shit called? Is it my parents? I don't even know what year or day for. I was just saying how, alright, where I was at, so, Austin Van Treese went at, Austin Van Treese went at him, Jonathan May went at him, and some dude comes up to me, I didn't press charges on the dude, and then Brian ends up not pressing charges on everybody else, or he did or didn't. I don't know, but I know Ryan Diviney pressed. Well, Ryan Diviney would end up being in a comatose. So this is what happens. But I was gonna say they wouldn't be able to press charges, or he wouldn't be able to press charges. You know, I don't even know if he's, he able to get a lawyer, whatever. But I know, I pretty much know the gist of, what the outcome was and everything. So basically, Ryan gets assaulted, and I basically was trying to say like I was basically trying to say like in this order. I saw him get pushed back, and then I look this way. I get punched in the ear. My hat falls off. I pick up my hat. I put my hat back on. Dude's not messing with me anymore. I look over. I glance over, and Ryan Devaney is in a comatose. You know what I'm saying? Not in a comatose. It looks like he's, having an epileptic, epileptic seizure, or something. Because I see him just like on the ground. Now I'm in shock. You know what I'm saying? I'm in shock. Nothing ever remotely crazy had happened to me when I was smoking marijuana before. Nothing like that. You know what I'm saying? Nothing like that. I was basically just frozen. So, what happens next is I see the Delawareans, the Pennsylvanians, women basically holding him up, holding Ryan up by like the shoulders and stuff, and just his face is he's in a comatose. You know what I'm saying? Or he's about to be there. So that's what I remember of that part, and next part, like and this is all happening. I said as a witness that it all happened in like 10 minutes. For what it's worth, it had all happened in 10 minutes, 10 seconds. For what it's worth, it all happened like 9 or 10 seconds maybe from getting like punched in the ear, looking over. Like I don't know how long it took those girls to run over. I mean, it was just wild, and I'm all on video. Not completely, not very well, but so I look over basically from looking at Ryan, and then I look over and see Brian. I see Brian like on all fours, and it looks like his face is all bloody. And this is also another mishap. I said that Brian's face, like Ryan's roommate Brian. See, this is why his names were Ryan and Brian. So I should have made myself a little bit more clear, but I was 17 years old, probably the first witness trial, the initial one that got me really messed up in the head. So I'm saying that Brian got like punted in the head. You know what I'm saying? Like that's what I saw. But then again, like it was such a stressful situation. Now I would be in fights and stuff like that, but like after this, but like it's that first one that kind of drives you mad. You know what I'm saying? Or drives you to wanting to go back to it. And I'll talk about other fights in future videos, but because I do need to get this stuff out. I need to get right, man. This is ridiculous. This not sleeping stuff. So yeah, I say that Brian got his head punted, but in court they must have picked up because on Ryan'sRally.org, correct me if I'm wrong, but everybody is saying that Ryan got punted in the head. But how could he get punted in the head? He got pushed back. His head hit like a steel, like upgraded sewer. You know what I'm saying? So, or like a elevated sewer cap, because that's what they had in West Virginia. Because was what Tommy said, a dry puddle of blood. Now, mind you, I wouldn't know that I would have to go through this whole process and stuff. I was just totally unaware. I was in football season, you know what I'm saying? We had just won a state championship last year. I broke my leg, come back, we won the state championship, and we were trying to do it again this year, 2009, you know, so that's what my mind was on. You know, I had no idea about the whole situation, you know what I'm saying? But now, like, being back still in this hometown, everybody really knows me by this whole situation, but then I don't I don't feel bad about it until I see other people, because I haven't really gotten over the guilt trip yet. So, like, guilt tripping myself into, like, becoming vegan, no, that's not what this is about. That's not what this is about at all. I saw Ryan get pushed back. As I saw Ryan get pushed back, I sensed somebody coming at me. I got punched in the ear. I sensed a lot of danger, and I didn't want nothing to do with it. So I picked up my hat, put my hat back on. You know what I'm saying? You don't even see me on video doing that, but that's what I did. And then I'm looking over at Ryan, but I just can't go over there. Like, I just can't move. I'm frozen. Either that, or, you know, the women are already, the women that these seven, that this clique was with, you know, they're there, helping him out, you know. And then I look over at Brian, and I see Brian get punted in the face. That's why I don't like how, you know, I got, like, a civil lawsuit against me, because that caused a lot of turmoil in my family. Like, my family wasn't happy with me, and I wasn't happy with my family, you know, my brother and sister, my mom and dad, for not sticking up for me in the way that I felt would have been right, you know, or for my mom to be saying more than my dad. But it was just, you know, the zeitgeist, the spirit of the times, you know, that was basically making all of this the way it was. So that, I mean, that's the way it is, though. You know, things change. This was, you know, it'd be later when I got sued for slander and defamation of character. But that's what happens. You know what I'm saying? That's what happens. And it took me a long time to learn this lesson, that in order for me to get over my insomnia, this is what I pretty much have to do. So, yeah, I'm just being real with you guys. That's what I saw, you know. And then I remember, like, all of them ran away after I saw Brian get punted in the face. I remember all of them ran away. And this is a true story. It's a true story. You know what I'm saying? I'm not making this up at all. Like, I'm not that stupid. I'm not making this up at all. You know what I'm saying? I got a lot of stories. I got a lot of stories to tell you. But, like, I mean, I got a lot of stories to tell you, man. What can I say? So, you know, I think dude Ryan really fucked up that night. I mean, Brian fucked up too. You know, I fucked up too. We all fucked up. We all were wrong that night. But it's none of our faults. You know, that the world is the way it is. You know, I mean, there's nothing that really needs to be said that shouldn't be joy. But I know this is a sad situation for a lot of people, and a lot of people feel, you know, grief every day for losing the consciousness of Ryan. So, and I'm in the hometown right now. I don't know if Ryan's here or not. I haven't been able to see Ryan since I saw him that night. You know what I'm saying? I haven't been able to get in contact with the father, and the father sued me like 2 years ago or 3 years ago or whatever now anyway. So, you know, but if his sister or his sister's, you know, boyfriend, who's my old friend, you know, catch wave of this video, that would be really cool. Or if anybody else does either, and feel free to leave a comment down below, and I'll gladly talk to you. But I mean, I feel like this would just be too real for any of these hometown people to see. So yeah, I mean, it's crazy that this happened. You know, I think I talked to Ryan. I think I talked to Ryan's roommate Brian. But I know Brian flipped. Like, he got panicky and stuff, and he left because I thought we were supposed to stay at the scene. You know what I'm saying? You know what I'm saying? I thought we were supposed to stay at the scene. You know what I'm saying? But Brian left, and I was high. I didn't want to ruin my football career, man. This was the stupidest thing this was the stupidest thing in my life I had ever done, man. The stupidest thing in my life I had ever done. You know, this is why people still think I'm crazy to this day, for real. So, you know, drugs will mess up your life. Drugs will mess up your life. They won't only mess up, you know, sports careers, but they'll mess up like your education and, you know, job opportunities on top of all that. So, or they could take your life. You know what I'm saying? Like they took Ryan Diviney. So, um, you know, and a lot of other people surrounding him. So, Ryan, Ryan gets, you know, in the ambulance. I remember being there when the ambulance was there, but I just walked away, man. Somebody might have talked to me, but I don't remember. I was too high or just too much in shock. You know, I was frozen. I was timid. I was scared. It was probably like I was probably having like a nervous breakdown. I was probably having like a major nervous breakdown, like a collapse in my mental capacity, to be honest, or I had no willpower. You know, something along the lines of that. So I see the ambulance, and then I walk back up the. I walk through that, you know, parking lot, and walk up the stairs, walk up the sidewalk, walk into Brian's house, and I talk to Ryan and Brian's roommate, saying like, you know, shit went down, bruh, and Brian is saying that we got into a fight in the front yard. Like, are you kidding me? This dude is the most little, like this little dude was such an instigator. Like, I don't know how Ryan ever dealt with this dude. I don't know how that dude would have been Ryan's best friend. I mean, you never meet your best friends in college. You just meet some dudes in college that you basically share habits with, and then from then on, it just gets a continuative. It just becomes a continuative process of hanging out with people who basically share the same habits as you. You know, that's what life is, you know what I'm saying? That's why I don't hang out with people. I just, you know, be on the webs and stuff. Like I don't have no friends or nothing like that. Like I don't need to call you today. I don't need you to call me today. Like I don't need to see my mom or my dad today. Family, like I really don't. So it's just, you know, I want to be entertained, but more than being entertained, I want to be educated, or more like trained in a way that will perpetuate, you know, a better life for me and everything. I mean, I say, you know, I'm an educator. I say I'm into education, but I'm not really into education. The only thing I'm into educating, I mean, or I'd rather be just rather letting go of education. That's one way to teach education, is the art of letting it go, the art of letting go of the past and everything. So I mean, education isn't a story. Education is everything. But this whole student teacher relationship, just no, that's not gonna fly. That's not gonna fly. You know, we can't be, you know, teachers and students, or students and teachers. We can't be like that. But anyway, Brian starts saying he like lost like a mercury filling or something. Like they knocked out his tooth, or his tooth fell out, or something. Like he's just spewing bullshit out of his ass. Like spewing bullshit out of his ass. Like that's why I knew I was fucked. Like I knew I was fucked. So I just like went downstairs, went to sleep, and then Tommy wakes me up, and Tommy says, like, did you hear what happened to Ryan? Like Ryan's in the hospital, he's in a comatose, he's unconscious, he's not waking up. You know what I'm saying? And that's when I start talking real quiet, or getting, you know, real quiet and not talking at all. You know, so you know, it went down. It definitely went down. You know, there's no doubt about that. There's no doubt in my mind about that. There's no doubt in my mind about that. But yeah, man, it is really sad what had to happen. See if I got anything else on it. I mean, I'm just talking about the night. So I mean, that was, you know, November 7th, 2009, around 2:30 to 3:30, like between 2:30 and 4:30. You know what I'm saying? So, you know, or well, I got there earlier than that. You know what I'm saying? But yeah, I mean, Ryan Devaney's been in a comatose, you know, almost 6 years now. Fucked up things happen, man.